Welcome back to another edition of our weekly webinar series. Today we're diving into one of the most important tools we have, the Loan Information Report, also known as the Pawn Walk. This report shows us the loans that were written, how much we loaned, who the customer was, and if we missed any opportunities. It helps us coach, track patterns, and most importantly, max our PSC. But first, let's go over our company's purpose: to be the best in the world at everything we do for our family, our customers, and our company, while defining the highest industry standards. Alright, let's go step by step on how to access the Pawn Walk in Prima. First, open Prima. Then click Store Operations. Then click Reports. Scroll down till you see Loan Information. Once highlighted, click Preview. Choose Dates. You'll usually select today's date. Then click Done. Once you hit Done, the Loan Information Report would open up automatically. This will show you all the transactions done for loans and buys during that time frame. At this point, all you have to do is click Print, and you're done. That's how you pull the Pawn Walk report. Now that the Pawn Walk is printed, let's take a moment to understand what we're looking at. Each row gives us a full picture of the transaction. Here's what each column means. You have the ticket number, also known as the loan or the buy number. You have the disposition, tells us the type of transaction. Was it a loan, a buy, or a renewal? You have the description, pretty much what we took in. You have the location, shows us where the item is located in the store. You have the previous ticket number. If the item was renewed, it'll show the old ticket number. You have the pawn amount, the amount we loaned or bought the item for. You have the ESP, the estimated sales price, what we think the item will sell for if not redeemed. We have the customer who completed the transaction. We have the history, gives us the customer's loan record. And we have the associate, the SLA or SA who wrote the loan or the buy. So once we understand what each column means, you'll be able to walk through the report confidently and spot where to focus your attention. Now let's look at the first example. We have a 14-karat white gold wedding band weighing 1.7 grams. The scrap value, $106.32. We loaned $100 on it. When you go to the far right-hand side of the Pawn Walk, you'll see a section labeled History, and under it you'll have 4 letters. A, which stands for active loans, E, which stands for expireds, R, which stands for redeems, and B, which stands for buys. In this example, the customer has 2 active loans, 0 expires, 4 redeems, and 2 buys. So this tells us that the customer has good history at 100% redeems. Now that we know the customer has good history, let's take a closer look at what we actually loaned. On this example, the 14-karat white gold wedding band, 1.7 grams, we loaned $100. The scrap value is $106.32. We loaned right around spot. That's a solid loan. But the customer has no expires, multiple redeems, and even sold us a few items. That's a strong, trustworthy customer. So why not go a little higher? We could have loaned $125. Yes, it's above scrap, but this kind of customer, the chances of picking up are high, which means we could have collected more PSC. Now let's say worst case scenario, they don't redeem it. We still be able to sell the item for more than what we loaned because it's a good sellable piece. Either way, it's a win-win. Whether they pick it up or not, we win through PSC or resale. So we have to start asking ourselves, why not more? If we know we could have lent $125, why didn't we? These are coaching moments we're looking for during the Pawn Walk. Now, you need to keep in mind that when an SLA is writing a loan in Prima, there's a section labeled Additional Information. This isn't just a blank spot. It's where we add important content that shows up later on the Pawn Walk. In this example, we wrote, can get up to $125. Why did we do this? Let's say the customer only wanted $100 today, but based on the item's value and their good history, we knew we could have loaned more. By writing that note, any manager or team member who looks at the ticket later knows there was room to go higher. And if the customer returns asking for more, hey, we're ready. You can also write in this section to add other helpful notes like for BP, possible buy, BIB, been in before, or like we just wrote now, can get up to, and whatever dollar amount they can get up to. These aren't just notes, they're tools that help us train smarter, understand customer pattern, and make more money. Alright, let's take a look at another example of the Pawn Walk. This one is a 20-inch gold herringbone chain, weighing 20.5 grams of 10-karat gold. The scrap value is $916.45. So what's the next step? We go to the history. In this case, the history shows 0 active, 0 expired, and 2 redeems. That tells us that the customer picks up their items and they have good history. Now let's take a look at what we loaned. We loaned $300. The scrap value is over $900 and we loaned $300. So again, why not more? A solid loan would have been $900. And because the customer has redeem history, we could have gone up to $1,200 if they needed it. So if the customer only asks for $300 this time, that's fine. But make sure in the additional information you write can get up to $1,200. That way, if they come back and need more money, we're ready to help. And the SLA or SA can confidently say, hey, we can give you more if you need it. Again, it's about being ready, asking the right question, and maximizing PSC whenever we can. Now let's take a look at one more example on the pawn walk. This one's a gold charm, 1.6 grams of 10 karat. The scrap value on it is $77.50 and we loan $70 on it. So far, it doesn't seem bad. We're loaning close to scrap. But the key is the history. When we check the loan history, the customer has 2 active loans, 10 expired, and only 2 redeems. That means out of all the loans they've done, they've let 10 expired and only picked up 2. That's bad history. We call that a high-risk customer. So now we ask, should we really loan $70? If we know the chances are high that they won't come back to pick up the item, we might want to lend less, maybe around $40 to $50. It's not about being unfair, it's about managing risk. Now, let's say a customer doesn't want that lower offer. That's okay, we don't want to let them walk either. If it's a sellable piece, we might have to go ahead and do the $70. That's part of pawnbroking, weighing the risk, negotiating, and making it work. But the key takeaway, don't go to the max if the history says otherwise. Think ahead, protect the store, and make decisions based on what the data is telling you. And now it's time for a quick recap. The Pawn Walk is one of the most powerful coaching tools we have. It shows us what loans were written, how much we loaned, and if we missed any opportunities. Here's what we covered. Always review the loan history. Active, expired, redeems, and buys tells you everything you need to know about the customer. If the customer has good history, don't be afraid to lend a little bit more. That's how we increase our PSC. If the customer doesn't want the full amount, always leave a note on the additional information line, can get up to, and whatever the amount is. If the customer has bad history, loan cautiously, or better yet, buy the item instead. And remember, it's not about being unfair, it's about making smart decisions and maximizing every opportunity. The more we use the Pawn Walk, the more we develop our team, maximize loan performance, and grow our PSC. Let's use it, teach it, and make it part of our daily habits. And once again, I want to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy day to listen to another edition of our weekly webinar series. Have a great day, and let's make some money.